We're back, people, and today we're breaking down film on Payton Wilson, NC State linebacker for the 2024 NFL Draft. In my opinion, he's the best linebacker in the class, a relatively weaker class, but, watching the film, he was the guy that clearly stood out to me. Now, he does have his concerns when it comes to the injuries. He's had the two ACLs, the shoulder stuff, and that's like what you're really worried about when it comes to his game going to the next level, is that long-term injury stuff. He has had, better success with the injury stuff later on in his college career, but it's definitely something to think about. But when it comes to the film, you look at the traits, he was really good versus the run, instinctive, aggressive, quick trigger to get downhill, very fast. He's a good blitzer, can make an impact as a pass rusher, even does some stuff off the edge for NC State, showing some versatility. Definitely more of an off-ball guy, but showing like some stuff working there. In coverage, pretty good as well. Has like some nice underneath zone awareness, good spot dropper, those types of things. He can do a lot of that stuff, and he's just a playmaker, reads eyes, takes a lot of risk. I think, when it comes to like negatives, maybe taking like play strength when taking on O linemen can be a little bit questionable at times. I think going to the next level, that could be something to worry about. And then over aggressiveness versus the run, I would like to see him like stack and track at certain times, because sometimes when you play over aggressive, you can take yourself out of plays by shooting down the field so fast. Now, he's very instinctive, and he does a great job. Like, he gets downhill very quickly versus this zone run, some split flow here with the tight end working across, and he recognizes this quickly. So he shoots down, and he's able to, make a nice adjustment here once he gets to the line of scrimmage to bend this back towards the running back, and he does a great job at that. Sometimes it can just, at the next level, take yourself out of the play if you get too over aggressive. So I want to see him play with a little more patience in certain situations, stack and track. But yeah, overall, very, very good player versus the run. Does so much stuff. He's very, very productive. And one other thing, I would say his hustle and effort, like, he's range. He's athletic. He has a lot of range. He is moving out there, explosive, flexible in the lower half. I think his best trait, maybe the best out of any player in this class, is his high effort. Like, he has some of the best hustle plays you see in this entire class, all over the field. Very, very fun to watch. Good blitzer, as you can see here. Timing this up. Good field to work through. You can see the bend, dip those shoulders, explosiveness. You can see he's fluid, get to the quarterback. A lot of plays just like that. He's very, very, very exciting to watch him go. Just a lot of good traits in a weaker linebacker class. Even with the injury history, he will be my top guy. Great to see Wilson in coverage. Like him, I wanted to see even more in coverage. Sometimes it's tough because he does blitz a lot, and he's definitely a 3-down guy, and I think he's a good playmaker. Obvious pass situation, this fourth quarter, a minute left, you're up by 10. He understands this. I love his ability to stay patient, read the quarterback's eyes. He sort of squeezes this. He kind of baits this quarterback into the throw. You can see how he opens up his hips here to read this two-man concept, and he sees once this tight end kind of sits towards where the corner is, didn't work in towards him, he can flip his hips back to the quarterback. Knows this receiver, great instinctual field awareness here, that once he reads this two-man concept, sees this guy work to the outside, this guy is probably going to work towards his zone, open your hips, read the quarterback's eyes, make a play at the catch point. That's just really, really good understanding of situations. He clearly has a great feel, especially when he's reading it like this or just sitting underneath. Really feels really comfortable in this area. I think, maybe I want to see him more with the ability to see if he goes into a more of a matching system, if he can carry tight ends, receivers down the field at least with help over the top in a more of a trail type thing, playing some zone match coverages. I want to see if he's able to do that, because I didn't see too much of that on his film, at least opportunities for it. So that would be really interesting to his game. Here's Wilson doing a good job just recognizing stuff. He gets downhill so fast. He's such an aggressive player. This is where it can really help you out. That he sees them down blocking. He sees he's going to be left off. His eyes are peeking over here. They're pulling two guys across, and he gets downhill so fast and still takes a tight angle that he doesn't get too widened out, that he's still able to meet the running back in the backfield before either of the pullers are able to get to him. His play recognition, very, very quick. He's always getting to that ball first. The explosiveness combined with the instincts and trigger to get downhill really, really pop off on the film. Here we just see, Wilson playing off the edge some. He definitely did some of this at NC State. He's definitely going to be more of an off-ball linebacker at the next level, but you never know with your system. Sometimes you align off the edge, make a play, get to blitz. Here he goes one-on-one with a tight end. You can see him setting this up with a square. Once he identifies that it is a pass, because they're selling play action here, you can see him hit this nice little cross chop right there, really effective, and then bend and get to the quarterback, rip underneath. Throw that elbow back, get your hips towards the QB, get the sack. So nice to see him one-on-one. Clearly understands how to use his hands. Will definitely beat tight ends, whether it's rushing the passer or just beating them versus run, deconstructing blocks. He'll beat majority of tight ends, I think, even at the next level. Lots to like there about Payton Wilson's game. And then, just more player recognition versus run. He's so explosive downhill. He just identifies run very quickly, sees the pullers going through, and then boom, trigger downhill. Sees this guy's working out here, knows this guy's pulling across too. He wants to beat him to the point of attack. He's not able to get to him because he's so aggressive downhill. That's when I love when his aggressiveness shows up, especially versus these gap scheme runs, that these pullers never even have a chance, and he just meets these guys in the backfield. Now, when the NFL linemen are a little more athletic, getting to their spots faster, he will have to make adjustments at times and not be as aggressive, just depending if he's like a tad bit later, just because those guys are getting there quicker, that he can be able to stack and track or meet these guys at the point of attack. But he wins so many reps just with his understanding of the game and just reading those concepts so unbelievably fast. You can see him do it again. Just the quick trigger pops off the film. Another pull that he sees, and they're trying to get the tight end across. This is a very similar thing. They're pulling the guard right there, right guard. Sees that he's going to be the kick out, but the guy that's like kind of the lead block is 84, the tight end. Payton Wilson sees it, identifies it, is able to get into the backfield so quickly. He meets the running back 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Great player versus the run. Payton Wilson is truly, truly outstanding to watch. Go to work, play after play, when you just start seeing these over and over again. Lots of tackles for loss. I mean, you can see his stats at the bottom of the screen with 130 tackles, 17 for loss, 6 sacks, which, 6 sacks is pretty good for a guy that's not like an edge defender. Another really nice play in coverage here for Payton Wilson. Similar situation. This was just a little earlier in that game from that interception he had. This one he dropped, so he clearly was able to make up for it. But just going back to watch this, I love when Okai has the ability to leverage multiple route concepts, especially like underneath. You're in this second level, and you're able to maintain good leverage. He sees this. The other one, the guy worked to the outside, and then he, went in to take away the working inside dig route. This time he's following the shallow crosser, but reading the eyes of the QB, and he's able to leverage both of these. That if it's thrown underneath, he makes a tackle. And he understands certain situations. 3rd and 15. He doesn't need to squeeze this super hard and take this away. He knows he can just get downhill, make the tackle if it is completed, but also gain some depth. Understands that he was to this 2 receiver side, and there might be a guy working in behind him, and they're trying to just move him out of the way, and this is eye candy. So he understands that situation, starts to fall off of it, just perfect leverage of both route concepts. This is a type of instinctual awareness that you want to see out of your linebacker in coverage. You don't even need to be making like super crazy plays. And when you're doing stuff like that, I feel like a lot of linebackers don't, except for the great ones at this NFL level. So I think finding guys like that is very, very important. And Payton Wilson is definitely one of those guys. This play, another one, I like to see, first of all, just want to point out, he's doing some nice post-snap communication, saying that they're getting some drags. I'd like to see him maybe gain some more depth here once he sees these 2 routes taken away. But look at the hustle on this play. Like, this is completed. He wasn't supposed to be in this area anyways, but this is 1st and 20. Just look at his hustle and his speed. It is insane. Like, he catches a receiver down the field. He has juice, man. And he makes plays like this all the time. Some of the best hustle plays. This isn't even his best hustle play that I'm not going to be breaking down because it's just really him just outrunning guys. But he hits some pretty high, like his mile per hour gets pretty high for a linebacker, and that's really, really impressive to watch. Just love watching those plays. This is a good one that I like to see because a lot of the times when I watched him make big plays versus the run, which he did a lot, it wasn't him beating blocks per se or having to really avoid them. He would just get downhill so fast. This time, he's able to slip the block of the tight end, which is important, show some nice block avoidance, good feel. He definitely has a good feel to beat those blocks. And then also kind of slip this block on an O lineman, but the guy gets a nice hit on him too. And he's able to show the core strength to stay on his feet and still meet the running back at the line of scrimmage on a play where you had to avoid a tight end, take on another guy like that. It's very, very impressive. It was another tight end, but more like an H-back type. So beating 2 tight ends, very impressive. If that was an O-lineman, it would have been even crazier if he was able to really just bounce off of it like that. But the block avoidance, the play strength at the point of attack to at least take on tight ends and then still meet the running back at the line of scrimmage, super, super nice play. Here we got Wilson as the end man of the line of scrimmage. Good recognition skills. Just reads this play so nicely. Just sees the running back quickly work out. Good eyes, good discipline. Feels like the slide of the O-line and then just gets out there quickly and makes the play as soon as it happens. That's just good textbook work. from Payton Wilson. He just pretty much does that all the time. We have Wilson here. His angles are so good, especially when, like, that's another big part. He has the juice, the range, combined with the high effort, with the good understanding of like the angles he needs to take to get there to the point of attack. Here he is blitzing again, just coming around off the edge, just like slow playing it on like a delayed blitz, and he just takes the perfect angle to chase these guys down. He can do it off the edge. He can do it, timing, disguise up the middle, or he can be like a little more of a delayed blitzer. Does it in so many different ways, and you can just see that he is moving. So much to like about Payton Wilson's game. Really well-rounded players. The injuries is the biggest concern for him. There's some other things that aren't perfect either that I've mentioned throughout the video, but so much to like. So, I mean, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to pretend to know what the injuries, how it's going to affect him. So, if teams clear him, think he's good, then that would be good for me to take him. So, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.